So what is being done to look after these people?
Sure. In the short term, we have a number of programs to work with individuals to move them from homelessness into housing. But as you know, affordable housing, there's quite a shortage in our community, and there's a shortage across Canada. It's not just in Sarnia-Lambton. There's also a shortage of supportive housing. In our community, we have very limited supportive housing. So recently, our housing division took a report to council, and council approved that. It will be 5 developments over the next several years. And of those developments, 3 will have housing supports in them. Of course, we're going to need to look for funding from our other levels of government. I believe for the 5 projects, we're looking at approximately $145 million. So certainly we can't do that on just the local taxpayer. So that's our long-term goal, and that's going to take some time. We're working with a supportive housing provider as well to look at what supports are going to be needed. So while that's happening and while that long-term work is happening, we are engaging with the individuals every day at Rainbow Park. We have outreach staff who attend twice a day, sometimes more, at the park location. They are trying to talk to each of the individuals who are living there. Many of those individuals have been homeless for a number of years and were living elsewhere, but always outside. Many of them were living rough outside, different parks, different things. Some of them were couch surfing. We saw a huge increase in the number of individuals experiencing homelessness during COVID because the individuals who were couch surfing, who were precariously housed, they couldn't really stay any longer with some of those families due to the isolation and what was happening with COVID. So we saw an increase, and we've never really recovered from that. So we're trying to engage with those individuals and see if they'll come into our emergency shelter. We have several emergency shelters in Sarnia. As you know, we have the Good Shepherd's Lodge that holds both men and women. We have the Haven, which is a shelter for youth. And we have the Out of the Cold program, which typically runs during the winter months, but we have kept it open this year due to the encampment in Rainbow Park. In case those individuals, do decide today's the day I think I would like to move into a congregate care setting. I would like to move towards getting some of those supports. So every day our staff are out there, are working with individuals. One of the challenges we find is document readiness. A lot of individuals who have experienced homelessness for some time don't have any documents with them. They don't have any ID. So we're working with them to get some documents so we can start to do those housing applications, start to get to move towards having them placed on that social housing wait list. However, our wait list is growing, and we know for a 1-bedroom, the wait can be up to 4 years. So that's a really long time. So again, the need for more affordable housing. But in the meantime, starting to do some of that work. We do work very closely with local landlords as well on any available units. Can we move someone into an apartment if it's somewhat affordable? We provide rent supplements, so additional dollars for individuals to go into one of these units, and we provide some supports. Now, the supports are provided by local community agencies like Canadian Mental Health Association, or Rebound provides some. The county also has a number of community support workers that'll provide supports for individuals, but our supports are limited. And for someone experiencing a mental health issue or severe addiction, we're not necessarily trained for that, and we need more supports. And that's why we're seeing some individuals choosing to stay in the park. Don't want to come into congregate care. We don't necessarily have the appropriate supports for them at this time. So they're choosing to stay in the park, and we'll continue to go every day and engage with them until maybe they do choose to come into the shelter. There absolutely are shelter beds available for those individuals who are wanting to access them.